Trieste is a city in northeastern Italy, located on the Adriatic Sea. Trieste in its atmosphere and architecture is not at all like most Italian cities. And this is not surprising, since this city became part of Italy only in the second half of the 20th century, and before that it belonged to Austria for more than 5 centuries. The Church of St. Anthony is the main religious building in Trieste. We have already been to Trieste in 2013. It is interesting to look at the photos taken in the same place 9 years ago. The Serbian Orthodox Church of St. Spiridon, built in 1868, resembles Eastern churches in the Byzantine style. The church has very beautiful frescoes and iconostasis paintings, as well as Russian icons of the early 19th century, covered with gold and silver. The Grand Canal of Trieste is a navigable canal in the heart of the historical center of the city. This area looks like Little Venice. The canal was built in the second half of the 18th century for loading and unloading ships. This is one of the most atmospheric places in Trieste, surrounded by beautiful buildings and cars. Piazza Unita Italia is the largest square by the sea in Europe. The perimeter of the square is surrounded by magnificent palaces and public buildings. The square is also home to the Fountain of 4 Continents. Thus the place is a popular photo spot, though it's not easy to take a photo here. On the promenade of Trieste, you can go down the steps into the sea. And these are the girls of Trieste, sewing the flag of Italy, and me. This monument was erected in honor of the landing of the Italian army in Trieste in November 1918. The Roman theatre dates from the 1st century AD. This ancient culture monument could accommodate up to 6,000 spectators and was considered lost for many centuries. It was discovered in 1814 during excavations. This is the road to the hill of San Giustino, the heart of the ancient city. Basilica Cathedrale di San Giusto is the main Catholic building of Trieste. The church is one of the oldest buildings in the city. The interior of the basilica contains unique ancient Byzantine frescoes and mosaics that have survived to this day with little or no restoration. The crown of the hill of San Giusto is ancient castle of the same name, built by the Habsburgs in 15th to 17th century to expand the medieval Venetian fortress, which in turn replaced the early Roman fortification. From the hill you have an excellent view to the city in the Gulf of Trieste. It turns out that rains, and very heavy rains, can also take place in sunny Italy. The pier cuts about 300 meters into the sea, allowing tourists and locals to admire Trieste's coastal scenery and even swim in the sea. And this is the city beach of Trieste. This me, swimming in the sea in 2013. Castel de Miramar is a fabulous English-style castle that is located on Adriatic Sea about 15 minutes away from Trieste by car. The castle is surrounded by a large park. Trieste has probably changed in 10 years since we had last been there, but we did not notice this. The city is still very cool.